What do I have to do? Let's say fix the camera, set this thing to Brave. Oh, no. I don't think Cadena went down that much. I'll have to refresh this because I didn't even refresh this. Gotta get my macadamia nuts out of the way. Because I'm actually fat now, again. Well, I was fat before, but now I'm even fatter. Right? Because... I guess I could do that one time. Because I used to be 172, 171. Now I'm 183.6 pounds again. Like I literally regained all 10 pounds. So all my hard work just went down the toilet. Very frustrating. Very, very frustrating. So I gotta try to, reduce what I eat. Because now Saint's telling me that I should have like the pizza that's in the freezer. And then, because I always just eat like the toppings, not the crust, because that's less calories. And it's just like, you're fat because of all your too much excess protein. So it's like, yeah, I'll figure it out. So lots of stuff to talk about, lots of stuff to do. I don't even know where to start. I guess we'll start with the coding stuff. Because I know Nick's actually having his protest thing. I think it's probably over by now, but like I said yesterday, or I think Monday, I don't even remember when I said this. I mean, yeah, I'm not surprised there wasn't a big turnout. Of course, that could actually just be the SPLC just talking shit. So, but yeah, I mean, the problem is it's in Staten Island, and there's literally only 2 ways to get in there. It's like it's a logistic nightmare to get there. Like Staten Island might as well be a completely separate city because that's basically what it is. So we'll talk about that in a second. Oh, I need to go into display capture. So right now, I think I'm almost ready to push out the next patch because it's been a while. At least it feels like it. My concept art is done, and then tomorrow I think I'll commission making a battle music because I still don't actually know which one I want to use as a reference, right? The Final Fantasy Remake battle theme or the bombing mission from also Final Fantasy Remake. There's actually a lot of good battle musics, but the problem is there's a certain distinct theme between all of them, whether I'm using Final Fantasy or Dark Souls or this old game called Knights of Honor, which had really good music too, like all from very, very good video games. But anyway, I'm trying to make a stealth camouflage effect.
we're in, we're in stealth
So
camo.
he's pretty translucent, very transparent. Yeah, and it's gonna be right here because I already implemented. Let's see, an icicle attack. Oh, wait, hold on a second. This is supposed to say shock. Let me actually fix this real quick. Shock. Spawn shock. And this is basically just copy and paste because I did all the hard work yesterday trying to figure out how to get this stupid fireball to work. So, compile, save. I still have to make sure that I test this out correctly. I guess we could go like that. Go like this. Alright. Here we go. Let's see. So we'll do that. Whee! Yeah, because I've noticed when I do display capture, the video is actually not as good. Okay, now Shift F1. Shift. Oh, I'm paying control, that's why. Shift F1, over here. Oh my god. Oh. Why does this look so weird? That's so bad. That's supposed to happen? The lean looks way too much. I'll have to maybe adjust that at some point. Oh, the lean's not supposed to be that weird. So anyway, oh my god, now I have to Shift F1 again. Let's see, because believe it or not, if you crouch, the projectile will go right above you. There we go. Okay. There's the opposing team. I actually don't have sound effects enabled yet. So, I have to go buy an asset for that. And then I go here, Whee! It's an icicle attack. Right now it just does direct damage. I haven't added any extra functionality because I'll have to just do that in the next patch. Oh, and lightning bolt, or shock as I call it. Oops, I accidentally killed him. I wanted to demonstrate the other side of the equation here. Now, it's funny too because I would have the player die, but it wouldn't respawn. I was like, oh, okay, so I messed up somewhere. So I had to spend a little bit of time figuring out how to deal with that too. But what is nice is I finally got it so that depending on your class, you get a unique default class skill, which is in the middle. But everything else is shared between everyone else. Because I like the idea of. Oops. Right, you can see on the other guy taking damage. Because I like the idea of maybe each class has a unique set of skills, right? But like a base skill, and then everything else you could just customize your thing eventually, right? And right now it only shoots forward in front of the character. Eventually I'll have it so that wherever your gun is pointed, you'll be able to, move the projectile up and down or whatever. So very fun stuff. Very fun stuff. I got to. This is actually not the code for the fireball. That's actually these clowns over here. So I just have to, it's very easy. I just have to do like, let me see. Spawn sound at location, spawn sound at attached. Yeah. So when I launch the, let me see. Okay, so I actually want spawn sound attached here, because when I spawn the fireball, it immediately will play the sound effect, because directional sound is very important, because if you hear someone on your left firing a fireball, you want to know, oh, I hear a fireball, it's to my left. That means there's a guy to the left. That's actually very important because that's part of the tactical part of the game. So I need spawn sound. What is the exact thing? Spawn sound attached. Yeah, okay, so that's exactly what I want. Okay, gotta save that. And then the impact, which is right here, shock impact VFX, visual effects. Here, this will be spawn sound at location, because when it impacts at a wall or a player, it plays a sound at that location. Like, the Unreal Engine is such a brilliant, like, well thought out engine. It's like, my God, I just cannot believe just how good it is. Oh, so yeah, but anyway. So that's my little programming stuff. Let's refresh this. Oh, that's too bad Cadena went down. Man, I wish I bought it cheaper then. I bought it like 22 and 24, man, and now it's going down. But I think the inflation stuff is actually starting to hit everything pretty hard. It's really weird what's going on. So before we get to all that, let's see. So Nick's having his little protest thing. I can't even retweet much of it actually, and yeah, apparently some Antifa assholes are like there, especially the Antifa journalists. Luckily there doesn't seem to be any trouble, but they're just there to just dox everybody or whatever. So that's kind of just how it goes. Who's this guy? It's followed by Plan B and Shapeshift. Okay, so this guy's actually followed by a lot of the big. He's the editor at Kraken FX and Bitcoin. Oh, okay. So he's got a pretty important position, but he doesn't have that many followers. So, I mean, that's kind of like the situation I find myself in, right? I'm not going to be famous, but my products will be, right? Which in this case will be a game. In this case, Bitcoin Magazine is the famous thing. So it's kind of an interesting little thing. Anything requiring majority market consensus has two key issues. The markets can be manipulated. Majority means voting. Voting requires no work. Thus, it has large economies of scale. Thus, it has a strong incentive to centralize. Thus, it's destined to centralize. Thus, it is useless. I believe the crypto art is fundamentally broken. Well, yeah, everything is centralized, and yeah, everything's manipulated. In fact, that's what I've been complaining about all this time, like Bitcoin manipulation, crypto manipulation. Whatever you want to call it. But this guy is totally correct. I mean, our democracy is all manipulation too. But all of you knew that. Okay, so I don't really see anything here. We're alive. Oh, yeah. Alright, so let's see. So I'm running a poll about Kyle Rittenhouse. 18 hours left. Yeah, so looks like most people actually think he's gonna walk free, which I obviously hope he does. But you know, I just have so little. What? Why is this showing up twice? Oh, this is the base tweet, and for some reason my retweet of myself also shows up again. Okay. So anyway, it's just my faith in the court system is so effing low that like they're just gonna screw him over. But I don't know. Oh yeah, so for some reason today I decided that I was gonna run a Google ad promoting this video. It's the one that's actually doing pretty well. If I click, yeah. I gotta fix my camera. Alright. And it's the Nick Fuentes versus Styx Hexenhammer 666. I have to actually get this correct so that like it shows up in the SEO. I did literally no promotion on this. It just somehow has like a lot of views. So and then some spammers, Bitcoin spammers, came in to spam some shit. But I don't even bother getting rid of it because there's just too many of them. But anyway, I did find a hilarious starting point. Let me see if I can find it. And it's the one, and I was like, oh man, I say the F-bomb in there, so I hope Google Ads will approve it. And it appears like Google will, and they did approve it. Actually, let me check. It should still stay approved. Hold on, where's Google Ads? Eligible, skippable in stream. Okay. Yeah, so it's eligible, and I'm running ads on this video. And it's, let's see, 13 years old. Damn, which one is it? Is it maybe this one? Let's see if I can find it. Put enough pressure on Ecuador. Oh, okay. I think it's somewhere around here. 13 years old. Right? Because I am actively trying to, you know, really get myself in front of younger people because my generation. Oh yeah, this is the timestamp 529. Millennials, and especially the boomers, it's too late for us. We're fucking retarded. You are the future. So I didn't realize just how funny this was. I was like, this is a good hook because you get 5 seconds before the person can skip the ad. So you need to make sure that those 5 seconds are like, you know, really baller. I found the perfect one because I'm targeting obviously 18. That's the youngest you can target up to 34. So which is the prime thingy. So, but yeah, it was weird because the amount of impressions that I get, I don't know. It's like if I go on YouTube, because I'm targeting like 33 different channels, Fox channels, a bunch of them, Newsmax, OAN, Styx and Hexenhammer's YouTube channel, Steve Crowder, PragerU, Turning Point USA. Actually, yeah, I'm targeting like a bunch of channels. And it said that I would only get 760,000 available impressions. It was very strange to me. Oh yeah, I'm also targeting Lauren Southern's channel because apparently she's back. So it was like, these have so many people watching their stuff. How could the impressions be so low? Especially when I compare that to like my music campaign for American Paraventure. It's like, wow, is this being algorithmically adjusted negatively? I don't know, but I'll find out. But so far, I still haven't got any impressions on the ad for whatever reason. It still says, yeah, it still says 0 of 0 of 0. But I am being pretty cheap. I set it to 1 penny. So I don't know. I'm just gonna have to see. I'm just gonna have to see what it does. I also set the budget for only $2 a day, so it's really cheap. So anyway, I'm going to try and see what happens with promoting this because a lot of you are actually new because I think you're all coming in from this video. So, you know, like George Patton, right? You take all your tanks and focus it on your strength, your strongest spot, and then you go hit the enemy in the weakest spot. So that's that. We'll see how that goes. Obviously, I'll adjust everything. I'm still thinking about my computer programming code because I do want to try and get this stealth thing done for today and then maybe push the patch tomorrow or definitely 2 days from now. I also have to commission music now the concept art is done. So I still have to decide what do I want for a battle music. There's just too many choices, which is a good thing. All right, so that's that. There's going to be 2 more protests. One of them is going to be at Gracie Mansion. I'll definitely be at that one because that will. Well, everyone's going to be on that one. Also, it's going to take place on a Saturday, so it's like I just can't take a day off like this in the middle of a work day. I just can't, and a lot of people can't either. So I don't know. We'll see what happens with the second protest before the Gracie Mansion one, and we'll see how that goes. All right, but yeah, I'm definitely gonna work. I'm definitely liking this Google advertising stuff though, because PragerU has almost 3 million subscribers. Like how the hell is that possible? They put out the GS word content. I'm too old to use the word cringe, which is why I don't feel comfortable using it. I'm comfortable being an old geezer at this point, even though I'm technically like in my late 30s. But but us millennials might as well be boomers, and Gen Xers are the same thing. But I'm actually very much liking the Google ads because I finally cracked the code and figured out how the hell these assholes are getting so big, specifically Con Inc. and stuff. Now that I'm privy to their, shitty little scheme and scam, I'm gonna go do the same thing, except, actually tell people the truth, right? Which is because people like hearing the truth. A lot of people don't. So the lot of people that don't are the ones that annoy me all the time on my Twitter or whatever, or my Gab. So I can filter those out, but I'm still not reaching people who need to hear it. So that's why I'll just keep working this. I'm actually curious. What do we got here, by the way? 3 profile clicks, 6 links clicks, and 3. I don't know if link clicks is the same as media engagements. Like this thing says 3, so is 3 of these link clicks the same as the 6 in here, or are these 9 separate engagements? Very interesting. Very interesting. So, but God's showing me the way, and with His will, we'll see what kind of damage we can do to the system, all right? Because I got really tilted by that Steve Bannon shit, like where he's just saying we're going to win 50% of the black vote next year. I'm just like, I know I already beat this horse dead. I already beat this dead horse already a lot, so I need to stop beating this poor dead horse. But it's just so, I have to take action. I have to do something because this is just ridiculous. And of course, I have a lot of limitations. So, what do I do? All right, well, here I go. I think it'll work once I figure out why there's 0 impressions on this video. I might even consider hiring I think they call themselves the YouTube Mafia. I don't know how. I know it sounds pretty ominous. They're just a YouTube video marketing campaign. They can't be that bad because I saw them as a YouTube Google ad. So I mean, if Google's willing to approve the ad for their site and they obviously have to review everything, well, I mean, they can't be that bad. So I might consider running that on this video too, but I mean, I don't want to keep spending endless amounts of money. I just paid $6,000 to pay off one of my credit cards today, right? So now my balance is like what, 6,000-7,000. It's all interest free and on time because I always pay everything in full on time. But I'm throwing out a lot of money out there, so I kind of need to slow things down a bit, right? Which means, of course, we need to see what crypto's up to in Bitcoin, which is what we're doing here. So Bitcoin searches for this week are actually coming slightly back up, but it's still pretty crappy at 21, so that's not too bad. Oh yeah, so have we decided Kyle Rittenhouse yet, by the way? I know my mind is all over the place. Well, that's a pretty nice Chad. Like, I am... Okay, 20 minutes ago, tell that he feared for his life, and the night he shot 3 people. Colorado sobs on the witness says he gunned down men after attacks. I mean, this is a clear and open shut case, but the problem is I don't think he's going to get a fair verdict or a fair trial. Obviously, I hope I'm wrong, but all right, we'll see what happens. Bitcoin has been dropping to 10. Wow. So retail normie interest Yeah, it's still pretty bad, which is great for us. That means there's just more room for the bull market to keep on pumping. All right, so the market's tanked because we're at I tweeted about this before today around my Twitter. So inflation, specifically, I think it was CPI, Consumer Price Index, has hit a 30-year high of 6.2%, the highest in 30 years. So we're talking some serious hyperinflation, and it's only just getting started. Yeah, Bitcoin's getting hit. I know Riot and Mara got hit pretty hard. Yeah, a lot of shit's getting pretty hard. I mean, everything's been going up a lot, so I guess we were due for a pullback, which sucks because I hate pullbacks. They're bullish, but I personally hate and despise them. Tech shares lead the drop after inflation news. Jobless claims, okay. Major risk if Elizabeth Holmes lawyers call her to testify or not in her own defense. I'm also curious, how did she change her voice into like that really creepy Facebook like deep man voice? It's like because she doesn't look like a man at all. She's actually pretty attractive looking. So I don't know. How do you do that? Like, did she like inject herself with like super hardcore testosterone to change her voice or something? I mean, if that's the case, maybe I kind of want to do that just to deepen my voice, all right? Because I mean, I know people have said it's deep enough, but I don't know. When I hear it, especially for voice acting, because that's really what I want to do it for, it doesn't sound anything like what I'm hearing, right? Because when I try to do a deep voice myself, it sounds right to me, but it sounds exactly how I normally sound, to everyone else when I, do it. It's like, I don't know, this doesn't sound like a man in charge kind of thing. It's like, but. I don't know. I guess I'll just have to worry about it later. Let's see. All right. So, okay. So dollar is spiking, and I think I saw that looked like Matt Damon. That probably was Matt Damon. And 10-year yields are spiking. Oh boy, look at that. Oh yeah, that is a major holy cow! This thing just sold off like you wouldn't believe. So everyone's temporarily going into cash right now. That's why demand for cash is very high, and that's why this thing is spiking out of control. But they're definitely going to start putting the money somewhere. And that's also why interest rates are going to go up too. So, which means interest rates on houses are going to go up. It's going to be pretty nasty. Okay, I don't want that. Actually, I'm curious. Always curious. Bummer. Alright, let's see. What is crypto up to? Alright, so Bitcoin's pulling back pretty hard. It's at 64K. It was at like 69 grand apparently at one point today, but that inflation's starting to hit hard. Ethereum's down. Binance took a major pounding. Oh man, that probably means my pancake swap shit's down a lot too, right? Because actually I don't want to reveal the number. Whew, that's a pretty big hit. Wow, pancake swap's down to $17.90. All right. But I mean, a pullback's a pullback, right? I mean, Shiba and doggone Mars has already been getting hit pretty hard too because they're consolidating. So we'll take a look at that in a second. Solana is down. Binance big hit. Cardano was doing great and got hit. Dogcoin got hit. Oh, Shiba's still getting hit. Okay. All right, so everything's down across the board. Litecoin was doing well and now getting hit. VeChain was all like 18, 19 cents. Now it's getting hit. Yeah, everybody's getting hit hard. That inflation is really starting to rip everyone a new one. Pancake swap's down to $18, down from 20 bucks. Let's see, what's Cadena at? Cadena is doing okay because it's at 21 bucks. Yeah, so I've actually been buying up a shitload of Cadena. Now I have like $750 of Cadena with an average price of, I want to say, $22.75, maybe $23. It's definitely going to be closer to the 22 mark because that's where I bought most of the Cadena. I posted this on my Twitter timeline. I don't want to go over it, but just go to the Cryptos RS George guy, the other Asian crypto guy, who's actually probably much nicer than me. And he talked all about Cadena. So basically Cadena is Bitcoin plus Solana plus Bitcoin all wrapped into one. And they actually chose to do proof of work as their algorithm, but they figured out how to scale it. So Bitcoin has always had trouble figuring out how to scale itself in terms of transactions. Cadena already has that implemented. So it uses multi-chain, I forget what they call it, like something chain or whatever. But it can do up to 480,000 transactions per second. And then apparently they can just dupe or duplicate more chains if they ever need more than 480K per second. So this guy is ready to go. All that's missing is just implementation, like DeFi apps and NFTs and all that stuff. And it was coded by someone who worked on the blockchain for JP Morgan and also the Securities and Exchange Commission also. So these guys know what they're doing. They know how to code. Like, I invest not only in the project, but the people behind it, and usually they need to know how to code. And now that I myself am a programmer now, a game developer, now I actually understand how important coding really is. Right? I can't reach too many people just as, me, Johnson Chan, right? Unless I go really far to the right wing, but there are penalties for that. I have a much easier time just teaching myself code, which I'm doing, which I have continue to do, and just make a video game. That's going to be way more productive, and it appeals to way more people because, regardless of the person's political affiliation, everybody likes playing video games, except boomers. But then nobody cares about the boomers, right? Because they would be listening to, like, Fox News or Owen Benjamin and then, flat earth shit or whatever, right? And then they'll go run off to a farm and set up their own little isolated compound, and then they wait for the end of the world, right? Which is extremely frustrating. Oh, yeah, so Dog on Mars is also getting hit, right? It's really the passivity and waiting for the world to end kind of mentality that actually is really getting to me. And then people wonder why, conservatives especially wonder why nothing gets better. Yeah, because you ran away, right? You took all your shit, you took all the stuff God gave you, and you just ran away. And you're no different from, like, that wicked servant in the Bible, I think it was in Matthew, where I've said this story before, but I always mention it because this is exactly what is happening, right? God or God's angel or somebody gave 3 servants talents or stuff, right? You can think of it as seeds. One guy got 5 talents, another guy got 2 or 3 talents, and the other guy got 1. The guy with 5 talents doubled it to 10, and the angel came, because the angel comes back later and checks on everyone's progress. The guy with 5 doubled it to 10. He's like, oh, you did very good. Okay, God will reward you with command of 10 cities. The guy with 2 or 3, because I can't remember the number, he doubles that, and then the angel goes, oh, okay, you've done really well in God's eyes. You now have command of 4 or 5 or 6 cities. And then the idiot with the 1 talent buried it in the backyard because he was afraid of God, and then the angel got really mauled. It's like, you wicked evil servant, you stupid, you didn't take God's talents and multiply it, so you will be disciplined or punished. And that's basically what conservatives do when they run off to a farm and compound and wait for the end of the world. You may not like the liberals, but at least they know how to build stuff, all right? And they continue to build stuff. That's why they are literally everywhere, and conservatives generally are nowhere. Right? Only a few of us are building shit. Right? Like, there should be no reason why people are screaming at me when I was talking, calling out Steve Bannon, over here. Like what the hell is this? Oh, and this is interesting. The replies disappeared. Oh yeah, that's right, because they probably got their asses handed to them, or there were bots. I assume there were bots too, and then they just eventually get deleted. But it's just. Yeah. All right, so we've got a large amount of volatility going on right now because this thing was down to 63 grand, and now it's okay. What is the price of Bitcoin? Is it 63,000 or 65,000? Okay, see, okay. So right now there's a crazy amount of volatility. We're looking at 63K or like 65K. It's like going up and down like crazy right now. So, which doesn't surprise me because this is a gigantic dump, like in like a couple of hours. So it's gonna always reverse a little bit. All right, so let the volatility work itself out. You know, this is way too much, and of course the market's way overreacting, way overblown. All right, it's just way too much. Okay, France is revealing the plan. Oh yeah, he already mentioned that. Yeah, so there's nothing new from him. He just has this thing. All right. Excuse me. And we'll go to Traders Trust in just a second because I actually looked at the analytics. The vast majority of people who watch my videos immediately go to Greg's site, which is good, right? Because it helps support him. It goes to Greg's site, which I'm assuming you're going there because we actually got to look at the Vanorino index. Oh, he's already implemented this. Oh God, please don't have hiccups. 91.9. Okay. And you're probably using this, or to a lesser degree, the stock matcher thing, whatever this thing's called. I don't trade stocks anymore. After I make my profit with Riot Blockchain, I'm going to just sell puts. I'm going to buy S&P 500s, call options, like 13 months out, 11 to 13 months out, and that's it. Like I'm so fed up with the stupid stock market. Like this is because look at this manipulative shit on the right hand side here. Like this is just such BS. Like Bitcoin could be $1 million and Riot's only gonna be worth like $80 a share, which is just a complete effing outrage. Okay, well at least Bitcoin's back up above 65K, Binance Coin above 600. All right, so we got some crazy price action going on right now. So this is very, very good. So that probably means Shiba is going to pop off any second. Well, not any second, but when it pops off, it's going to freaking pop off. Because the problem is the RSI is not. It's still too high. Look at this. But, yeah, this is looking very good. Now it's approaching this third and final bottom blue line. So the bottom is finally coming in for Shiba. So whenever it wants to, do its thing, that would be nice. Okay, so that's that. Dogline Mars. Oh boy. Yep, same thing. But it is dropping, and I mean Dogline went up way too much, way too fast. Which is good, but that means we're gonna have to wait longer on this Dogline Mars to do its thing. I don't even know if Binance will show up here. Oh, okay, it does show up. Let's see. So Binance went popping off today, and now it's back up. Yeah, there's too little data for this to work. But if this is kind of semi-accurate, this thing is way below zero, which should make sense. So yeah, now it's switched back to buy. Binance is at 20 cents. Yeah, perfect. I love it. Okay. Cadena, yeah, I mean Cadena has been way up way too much, so this thing has to be pulling back. Okay. All right, so it's looking pretty good. It's looking pretty good. What day is today? Wednesday. All right, well, I didn't see anything of interest note here. Crypto markets rise, inflation rate is at 30-year high. Yeah, and then it went straight down. Can't make this up. Robinhood COO praises Shiba Inu as crypto wallet waitlist grows to 1.6 million. What? Okay. Oh, because Robinhood has 1.6 million users. Okay, yeah, I don't care. I mean, at this point, Robinhood's here to stay. I haven't looked at this in a long time. Or this is what feels like a week, actually. Let's see. Orange line and blue line still well below this green line. I don't actually know what this is. Because I don't have access, obviously, to Plan B's proprietary modeling system, which is what I really want. Right? It's the same one that he showed us when he made the prediction back in August 2nd. October 2nd, I mean. That he thinks that this Bitcoin bull run can last another 6 months at least. So you said that at the beginning of October, right? October 2nd. So that means the bull run will last another 5 months, right? At least. So, and I've already talked about it a lot already. Where is it? So since I don't have access to that, I have to kind of just jury rig something using this. But yeah, this is still really good. Look at this is below the line, right? These two clowns are like historic lows as well, right? So, I don't think this thing's gonna there's just too much forward momentum going on, right? Because I'm learning more and more companies are just jumping in. I forgot, George from Cryptos R Us today, because I watched his video, but I don't remember most of his details, hilariously. He actually said a bunch of big companies, I can't remember their names, are already developing NFTs. So like Microsoft and I don't know, a bunch of other companies. You would all know their company names because they're all the big stuff. All right. And Tim Cook from yesterday is also invested in crypto. Like everybody's getting into crypto. Well, I should say all the smart, rich, influential people are getting into crypto. And also, now that I did enough research yesterday on the infrastructure bill, so far it doesn't sound nearly as bad. And to be fair to the IRS, they actually have been pretty cool about treating cryptocurrency correctly, right? So, but the problem is we still don't trust the U.S. Treasury. We don't trust the government, right? Because, I mean, just look at what they're doing, right? Look what they're doing to Kyle Rittenhouse. Look what they're doing to, Big Delasco or, St. Nick, right? I mean, I don't know, man. I don't know. But the difference is a lot of people really do like crypto. And any attempts to make it a partisan issue so far seem to be failing, which is a very good thing. So everyone is basically agreeing, hey, we really like this crypto stuff, so you better not F us in the ass, right? So let's just hope that it keeps staying that way. Okay. Yeah, I don't want to wait on that. So, I don't know. I don't really see anything in chat. And, I have been hitting it's 36 minutes and 25 seconds. I feel like it's only been 20 minutes. So, all right. So, I do have one more stream tomorrow. And, yeah. So, I could probably end it here because I don't really there's just not really much happening right now. So, crypto will work itself out. Let this inflation thing play itself out. And I don't know. I'm gonna have to just listen to Greg's video when it comes out. Actually, I did just check. It's not up yet. Yeah, it's not up yet. So I'm curious to see how this plays out because now we get to see, can cryptocurrency actually act as a hedge against inflation? I don't know. I mean, we'll have to see because what was it? I think Jeffries Capital, right? They recently said they're going to sell like $440 million worth of gold to buy Bitcoin, or at least cryptocurrency. It was a crap load of gold, and he came out. He just straight out came out and said, yeah, gold's a crappy inflation against hedge. Yeah, I speak English good. He said that gold is a terrible inflation hedge against. Wait, actually, yeah, that's what he said. Yeah, I was saying, great. So anyway, yeah, and it's true. And on top of that, he already knows that J.P. Morgan and the big banks are constantly manipulating precious metals, right? But can J.P. Morgan manipulate all of this? No, it's just too big. It's too much money. And on top of that, people are constantly buying and selling this. Like people are actually using it every second in some form on a constant basis in everyday use, right? That does not happen at all with silver and gold, right? Because when was the last time any of you used gold and silver to go buy bread, right? I went to Burger King today, right? I didn't pay with gold and silver, right? If any of you were going to Wendy's or like Burger King or whatever, right? Did you use gold and silver to pay for that? Of course not. Right? Did I use gold and silver to pay my $6,000, credit card bill today? No, I was using fiat currency. Right? Like that's actually important. Right? Because you cannot manipulate something in which like everyone's using it, right? Because it's the equivalent of like trying to control a fast-moving river rapid, right? No, if you try to do that, the river rapid will manipulate you and like throw you off like the Niagara Falls thing or something, or wherever the river is going, right? So so that's a good thing, right? Because I love cryptocurrency. I'm sure all of you do too. And we don't want this thing to be hyper manipulated, right? Not nearly to the degree, at least, that gold and silver especially are being manipulated. Because gold and silver should be way higher than it should be, but it's not. I don't think it ever will. I know Greg Manarino loves precious metals. I can't stand it. It's a piece of garbage. I bought $2,000 worth of silver, 60 ounces, and all it's doing is just taking up space, maybe making me a robbery target, and it's like effing worthless, right? Because let me see. 2474. So in 6, 7, 8 months, my shitty 60 ounces of piece of garbage shit silver is worth $1,484. I spent $2,000 on this. So not only do I lose $516, I also lose 6 to 8 months of time. Then you have to take into consideration, hey, if I bought $2,000 worth of like Pancake Swap or Cardano or Bitcoin or whatever, or Shiba Inu, right? I could have bought Shiba Inu because I was buying this shit when it was at like 654 Satoshis of a dollar, right? Shiba Inu is my #1 performing cryptocurrency, right? What if I put $2,000 into this effing clown car, right? This thing, that $2,000 right now would be worth $18,000, right? Because obviously 4,800 divided by 654 is like what, 7x, 8x, right? I would estimate 7, 8x my money easily buying this clown show of a freaking clown card crypto that's actually now mainstream, essentially. I effing hate my word. So I don't know. You do what you want, but I personally now just like see. I violated my own rule because I always had a rule that precious metals was dog shit. But I decided to maybe because it was the beginning of the year. You had the Joe Biden stuff. You had everyone going Silver Ape stuff, AMC, GME, and all that shit. I got caught up on it, and then now I get what I effing deserve, right? For being so stupid and naive and gullible. So even a veteran like me still gets duped from time to time, right? So, you know, but I mean that's just how it goes, right? And obviously I'm not taken out of the game yet. It's just like, you know, I have a very high standard for myself, right? But you know that's just how it goes. And that looks kind of, is that a robot? It's an Uber Eats. Serve robotics aim to take. Great, this thing went too fast. So this is an Uber Eats delivery robot. Yeah, expect more robots in your lives eventually. Right? I mean, obviously it'll happen first in liberal areas, especially liberal cities, then cities in general, and then maybe it'll happen in conservative areas. So, yeah. All right. So I'm going to go. I've got work to do. I want to try and see if I can get the cloaking device working on your personal cloaking device on Seditionist working. And if I can do that, then I can do the simple, fun part and easy part of just, you know, creating sound effects so it sounds really cool and stuff. So thanks for watching, everybody. And if you're new, well, I would just say welcome, welcome. But I don't know. I don't really have anything to really say aside from, well, I'm glad you're here, right? You know. I'm not the most entertaining person because I can't be controversial, right? I have to be clean because now, you know, I have to do mainstream shit. I mean, I got a game on Steam, right? Which is right here. I mean, you can check it out if you want. I mean, it's free to play, but I mean, the game's under like heavy development, right? It's in prototype stages. Like I haven't even updated the screenshots here, right? But I didn't even create a fancy trailer. This is literally just me creating a tech demo of the game. Oh, I don't even have my face in here. Oh, okay. Well, that works for me. So, yeah. When did I post this patch? October 20th. Today is November 10th. Okay. Yeah, so we're definitely due for a patch. I mean, it's been too long without a patch, so. But, yeah, but yeah, obviously this game will eventually be, you know, really big, really awesome. I mean, Stardew Valley, I didn't actually know that was made by one guy who worked 10 to 12 hours every single day for 4 years. He didn't ever take a single break, right? And that game, how many sales of Stardew Valley sold? This thing must have sold, holy shit. This was September 8th, 2021. He's shifting focus to an unannounced project. Holy shit, he sold 15 million copies. This is probably an old number too, because he's got like 338,000, 339,000 positive reviews on Steam alone. So a lot of people bought this game. 15 million copies. My god. Maybe I should forget multiplayer and just make like some freaking shitty single player game. I mean, Stardew Valley's not shitty, it's just not my type of game. But no, that's not going to make me the big bucks, ultimately, because I've seen how much money Apex Legends makes and Battle Royale games make. You can even have a shitty Battle Royale game and like people will still play it and make you the monies. Let's just do $15. I mean, this is an average because obviously everywhere else, oh my god. 225 million. You know, we should just quit our day jobs and just make video games. Like, look at this. Yeah, he made. Oh my god. I definitely picked the right profession. Yeah, I gotta make video games. Not only will I get a lot of money and fame and whatever, you know, I can do. You give me like a fraction. He's already hit the X button. You give me a fraction of $225 million. Yeah, I'll turn this country around in like 3 years. All right, or at the very least, I'll piss off enough of the right people that they take me out. All of you people will take the country back, take the world back, and then just erect a statue in my name or something, and we'll call it even. But I got 225 million. I mean, yeah, there's sales. They probably already compensate for the fact that there's refunds, but dude, even if 225 million. That can't be right. That cannot be right. 15 million copies sold. That's 15 million times $15 USD. Oh, God. Wow. But I mean, considering how much hard work he put in, he totally deserves every single effing penny of that. I'm just like, wow. What? I'll see you all tomorrow. Oh, man.